All right, so in the last video, we actually um, collected all of our data. We want to put that data into our calculator. And before we do that, let's go to, let's do a little theory. And in the last section, we talked about rotation, but let's just extend this and let's just call this so here we go. We're going to produce a graph that has voltage on the y-axis and I think angular velocity on the x. Let's just check that. If we look at the angle versus voltage calculator, we could see by looking at the graph here. Nope, angular velocity is going to be on the y-axis and voltage is going to be on the x. So let's change that around. So this is going to be angular velocity. We'll just put omega here. And then on this axis, we are going to have, what do you call this, voltage. So it's really potential difference, but we measure these in millivolts or in voltage. We measure potential difference, but we haven't talked about that yet. So I'm just assuming that you guys know what voltage is. We'll get more into voltage in a little bit. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a certain voltage here, 0.61, and we're going to have another voltage here, 1.81, and we're going to get an angular velocity associated with the 0.61 millivolts, and we'll get an angular velocity associated with the, I just have to do this, associated with the 1.81 millivolts. And we're going to develop a line here and know that this line is still the y equals to mx plus b. So we still have our y-intercept, we have our slope, we have our vertical axis and our, no, we have our horizontal axis. So this is our horizontal axis and we have our vertical axis. So the way we're going to rewrite this equation, look at what's on our vertical axis, it's omega. So we'll have omega equals to, what is m? I'm not sure, it's just going to be a slope. And what is going to be on our x-axis? Well, it's going to be voltage plus some b. So we'll have a linear equation that looks like this. Okay, it could be non-linear, but in this particular case, we're going to have pretty much have a linear equation. So this is I want to say this is like the theory, but this would evolve into the theory. It's like you have data points, and when you have these data points, you're actually able to produce equations of the line. And so I'm just going to say done on there.